escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
When Red Shane East ended the longest All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound. Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
And a good hearty morning or afternoon to each and every one of you out there joining us this morning on Power Play Sports Collectible Show from Go Live Vegas. I'm Aaron Phillips, and of course, sitting here at the dais with me is the man, the myth, the legend behind Power Play Sports Collectibles, Mr. Scott Hosey. How are you, sir?
Good morning on this toasty Saturday morning.
115 degrees is the expected high today in Vegas. It is currently 8:03 p.m., and my thermostat said 95 already. So it is, as you said, going to be toasty. But I will say this, the effects on the pool of my community has been very positive in that the temperature is what I like to call walk-inable. You don't have to worry about taking that slow get to the pool.
Or that initial let's just jump in and freeze our you-know-what's off.
Yes, so it'll be toasty the next couple of days. So if you're here in Vegas, of course, watching or listening, stay hydrated. Be careful. If you don't have to go out and deal with the heat, turn that air conditioner on or quickly get to your pool and enjoy the water is what I got to say. So what's going on since we last talked last week,
Well, when you mentioned the whole thing with the heat, you know, everybody's having to wear a mask.
Yep.
So wear the mask. You can always crisscross the ear loops, the little thingies on the side, which will give you a little bit of a ventilation because it is hot out there. So let's start off with the mall, first of all, since I mentioned masks. And don't forget, all shopping, there is six foot occupancy, socialing distance, 50% occupancy at most locations. Obviously, you're required to wear a mask. If you're sick, stay at home. Don't go out.
Don't go out.
Don't risk somebody else's life for something that might inconvenience you for 10 minutes.
Just want to give a scheduling note to those watching. We posted that we have a guest scheduled for this morning's show. However, we are still waiting for that guest to show up there. He's having some logistical issues getting here, so hopefully he will get here on time. Do want to remind everybody, give us a call. We would love for you to be part of the show. Any questions, thoughts, comments about sports, about collectibles, how what's going on in the sports world right now is affecting the collectibles market. If you have whatever, we would love for you to join us. Call us, 702-329-6947. The numbers are right on the screen below me. I'm not even going to try pointing. Or if you're out of the U.S., 1-800-502-4321, just like the song Major Tom. Also, you notice a QR code there on the screen. During the live show, during replay, you're more than welcome to take your QR scanner. That will take you direct to Scott's website, powerplaysportscards.com, where you can do your thing now. International travel, international buying. Scott, talk about that.
Well, with the whole COVID thing, starting in March, they started limiting the shipping of international packages to different parts of the world. And we had a lot of returns, to be honest with you. Right. So I stopped international shipping for anything off the website, or if you call into the store. I have a bunch of packages
They're just
rat
waiting.
hole. Yeah, I mean, I had a guy last night wanted a Vampiro autograph out of the UK.
Sure.
And I'm like, I give him the option. You've ordered it. Even though it said on the front page, we have stopped in her. He still ordered it. I contacted him and said, hey, I can refund your money, or do you want us to hold it? He goes, your prices are great. I don't want you to sell it in the U.S., so just
Right.
put it on the shelf. So
Cool.
literally, I have a shelf now full of stuff ready to go out. And there is a page on USPS.com
Mm-hmm.
that really helps the customers and the retail people.
Okay.
So, you know,
That backs up this shipping issue.
exactly, because a lot of people are like, yeah, sure.
Right.
And it actually lists almost every country and what the requirements are. So it was really nice. I have some stuff, Freddie Adu jersey, ready to go
Okay.
out to Israel.
Right on.
And, you know, hey, it is what it is. Hopefully in the next month or so, we see some of that lightening up.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife, well, yes, everybody, I know I've talked about it here, certainly folks here in studio knows. My wife and daughter are making masks, and they ordered a thing of elastic like the end of March, just as everything was starting to shut down. And it was coming from overseas, and it took about 2.5 months for that original order to show up. So that is true. Hey, listen, by the way, just also want to remind you that if you're not near a phone, but you're doing Twitter, you can send us a live tweet, which will show up right on the screen as you see the box below me right there. Right now, you'll see your tweet will show up right there. You can use hashtag PPSC Live, Power Play Sports Collectibles Live, PPSC, using the hashtag. Your comment will pop up. We'd be happy to address it, respond, and just give us our thoughts on your topic. And of course, as always, chat rooms. As you see there, my watch party's up and running. You can send us your chat, your comments, thoughts, questions, queries, innuendos, pseudonyms, homonyms. Heck, you can even sing a hymn if you want. We would love for you to be part of the show today. A lot going on, as this is August 1st, first show of August. Now,
Yes.
traditionally, August is sometimes considered the last month of the summer as you head into Labor Day. Schools now are under new direction. So August is going to begin seeing a lot of new changes, a lot of new things going on around the country in terms of what we would consider normal activities for school. There's going to be a whole new direction right now.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to figure out what school supplies my daughter wants. It's just like, yeah.
Especially when you're online.
Yeah, exactly. So we did hear from our guest. He just texted in, and unfortunately, he's not going to be here today.
Okay.
He had some logistical issues, and he's apologizing profusely. If I would show people my phone, it's like, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I can run right now, and yeah, hey, Steve, we'll just catch you next week.
Give him a hashtag. You can post his Twitter apology on through the PPSC.
Nah, we'll
line.
just catch him next week.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some exciting news. Now, you want to announce. Now, we talked about it on social media. You want to announce who our guest was and
Yes,
will be probably
it would be
next week?
Steve. My microphone has decided to be a little limp.
You got, we don't go there.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
It's a family show.
Yes.
No, Steve Johnson from Rogue Toys and Pawn Stars.
Yep.
He and I have been talking about some things coming up in the future. And we were going to highlight them, but we'll highlight them next week. So you're all going to have to just tune in next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I said y'all. I think
Y'all.
my wife is like rubbing off on me now.
Well, no, we broadcast in the South. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The feed is there. Or as we like to say where I come from, shalom, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's cool. We apologize. Steve can't make it today, but hey, stuff happens.
Live, when you're live, I
That's
mean, if we taped, it'd be fine. He's
That's
like,
right.
yeah. So let's start off
Yes.
with, hey, where are we? And I was texting, so I don't know if you said it or not. How can did you list the apps?
I did everything.
Okay,
yes,
good.
sir.
So let's start off with August.
You'll have to go back and listen to the show.
Yeah, on the Go Live app.
On the Go Live app. Download it if you're on the go.
August 14th through the 16th at the Boulevard Mall. We're licensed, signed, sealed, delivered unless something happens.
Right.
But we are licensed, and if our producer could put up the flyer for that August 14th through 16th show, there it is. Yes, we got one of our greatest guests that we had on
my
TCA,
gosh.
Marty the Moth. Marty Cassis will be here.
Sometimes, listen, as you and I, we're guys behind microphones. Usually, it's very rare that we're get a loss for words.
Yeah.
But when he was on with us with Thoughts Count Anywhere, however, a few weeks back, and you can go to the archives and catch that, you and I sat, we just couldn't do anything but laugh.
Yes.
With what he was doing as a guest. Anyway, so there's the information. Why don't you go over it for everybody?
Well, the show is August 14th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through the 16th at the Boulevard Mall. It's going to be right in front of my store along with Poor Boy Comics And Versus Wrestling, we have an open area in the backside of the mall there by the movie theater and Heads Up Escape Rooms. And we'll be doing our sports card, toys, collectibles, comics, anything in the collectibles world is able to be bought, sold, trade.
Are you going to have your certifying guy there for anybody that has
We will
signatures?
not have our certifying guy there this time.
Okay.
Because he's a little concerned with the COVID stuff,
Oh,
so
sure.
I still understand that.
Okay.
And the tables will be socially distanced, and masks are required,
Mm-hmm.
and don't congregate or congregate with your family.
Right.
If you're shopping and stuff
Right.
like that. And Marty the Moth from Lucha Underground
Yep.
will be there signing autographs on Saturday. He'll actually be here all 3 days. He's coming in to enjoy Vegas.
When is he coming in?
He is coming in on Friday.
So are we going to have a guest that Saturday?
Ooh, I know.
In studio?
Yeah, we could possibly do that.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Even,
We've got
even our
comments,
producers
yeah,
are
that would be
proving.
fun. Yeah. He'll come out from under the table or something like that, But no, he'll.
But he won't be able to do any of his funny faces, though, because
No,
that was all on
that was
camera.
like Snapchat or
Yeah.
something that he had on his phone. But yeah, he will be there. He's also going to be doing some seminar and training over at Versus Wrestling.
Yeah.
Which I think Wes is going to be calling you to help do some commentary.
Really? Little birdie had told me that during the
Yes.
week. So, Wes, call me.
Yeah. But how would you like to do commentary with Marty the Moth?
Really? Oh, jeez. I better take some Valium before
I
this
bet
show.
you've never had a commentary color person like that before. Okay, moving on to the next show.
I saw that. Even Stevie Wonder could have seen that coming.
So,
It's an inside thing, folks. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
actually, you did, to be honest with you. So the other announcement is,
Oh, my goodness. Well, wait a minute. I'm still digesting doing commentary with Marty.
yeah,
I'm
that-
going to have a chair with a seatbelt because I don't know where we're going to go with this
exactly.
thing. Holy
But
cow.
also,
Yes.
I think my phone there is a ghost in here. My computer kept rebooting last week in this spot. Now my phone is rebooting. Phones don't reboot.
It's the ghost of commentary people past.
Yes, exactly. Don't say that. Especially that I'm sitting in this chair.
Yeah, have you noticed, though, Aaron, that more activity happens in that seat than my seat where I sit as I just drop the pen on the floor? So I can't. Okay, anyway, I
Here, you want a
apologize.
pen?
No.
Okay. So, yeah. I see you. Anyway,
No,
September,
I won't. Just call me Ray.
September 5th and 6th over at Sunset Station.
Yes.
We've got another event coming up, and there is the flyer. I can see the production screen
Yeah,
over there.
that helps.
Yes. And we have former WWE Intercontinental and European Champion D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo.
Also was part of the Nation of Domination
Original
with The
Nation.
Rock.
Yeah.
And then we have Las Vegas's own
Oh, that's so cool.
Impact X Division champion Chris Bay. Both will be signing autographs. Chris will be on Saturday at 1 to 3, and D'Lo will be on Sunday 1 to 3. And just so you know, I got some emails late last night.
Right.
And Women of Wrestling, which is like the old Glow,
You right?
which Tessa Blanchard was one of their champions in the last season.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some kind of taping out here.
Glow
Probably-
is?
Yeah, not the Glow, but the Women of Wrestling, which is owned by Jeannie Buss.
Oh,
owner of
okay.
the
Okay.
Lakers.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha.
And a couple of the ladies reached out to me to see if they could come down. They happened to see the flyer on social media.
Hey, come down on the show that Saturday too. Bring them down here. That would be a great show.
Absolutely, yeah.
That would, if need be, that may have to be a show if we get Marty and maybe some of the ladies to come down. That could be.
Put them in the cage.
Oh, the steel cage.
Dun, dun, dun.
That would have to be Marty's seat. Maybe.
He would have too much fun over
I know,
there.
especially if Aaron gives him controls of the soundboard.
But we'd have somebody very jealous.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Jason.
Yeah,
Jason
no,
would
I don't
be
want
very-
to.
Yeah, we don't want to upset Jason.
No, don't want to do that. But we have the ladies of WOW here. We could have Marty
Yeah.
here. That may be a show we have to extend beyond an hour just a little bit, if with all that stuff in the room.
True, very true. I was going to say, I usually have to be there for the setup, but the setup would actually be Friday, and
It'd already be done.
it'd already be done, and we don't open till 11.
There you go. Get out here in plenty of time to get everybody over there.
We'd have to.
Unfortunately, I'd be here with a couple. Although actually, 10
so-
o'clock you may be.
I might still
But
be
if
here.
that's a
Yeah.
if that's a show that you can't do, we'll make.
I
make
could do
plans
a
to come.
remote from the
Go video.
Yeah, go
There,
video.
there you go.
so we could do our house,
Oh, that's
our
cool.
voice from the show,
From the show,
which
power-
would
yeah.
which is all fan related.
Absolutely. There you go. See,
Or you know what? maybe a remote because it's all fan related.
Yeah, but then I have to come back here for Twin Brothers, don't forget, which is not far. I mean, but logistically, I have that to be back in the studio.
See, this is what we do. We have
we program.
conversations here.
Yeah, sorry.
We're doing our programming right now.
We don't mean to interject
exactly.
here. But while we're talking about it, I think it's time for our first commercial. We can keep talking during the break. You are watching Power Play Sports Collectibles Show here on Go Live Vegas. We promise when we come back, we're going to talk collectibles and sports. That's Scott. I'm Aaron. Aaron E. on the board. And you, the listener, will be back in 60 seconds. For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall.
Damas y caballeros, I am Ricardo Rodriguez, and I want every single person out there to watch my very favorite show, Thoughts Counts Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Hey, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. I am Aaron. That is Scott. Welcome, everybody, for joining. 702-329-6947. 702-329. I have no idea. 702-329-6947. I don't know. 702-329-6947. Hey, I'm going to do this right. There it is. Right there. See, I learned to go opposite of what I see. 855-502-432. What was that show on TV, the music guy where the ball would bounce? Was that Lawrence Welk, where the ball would bounce over the lyrics? As
It's before my time. Who's Lawrence Welk?
Oh, shut up.
Paul McCartney had a group before Wings? Okay.
702-329-6947. There you go. There's the tweet hashtag. Send it to us. PPSC Live. Your comments will appear right there live on the screen. But really, give us a call. Anything collectible, sports related, because today we're going to go all over the map. Plan B as our backup plan, since unfortunately Steve is unable to make it, was to kind of go all over the board today. So we'll take questions, thoughts, comments on any sports related topic that you'd like. Please give us a call and be part of today's show.
So why don't we start off with sports, and let's just talk about COVID in general.
Baseball could end on Monday.
Yeah. The Miami Marlins started this whole fiasco.
Actually, if you think about it, the Phillies did during the spring training. They had 4 people months ago that broke out originally, but now the Marlins are the poster children.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I guess a handful of St. Louis Cardinals tested positive.
Yep, Milwaukee Brewers game with them last night was canceled on Thursday for Friday's game, and now it seems like another game may be canceled because there's an outbreak there. Look, Rob Manfred, who's the commissioner of Major League Baseball, I guess it was late yesterday, came out and said, look, if we don't get this under control in the next couple of days and do what we need to do, there's a good chance that come Monday I'm going to be announcing that baseball will be shut down.
And here's my take on the situation, and that is I was listening to Sports Talk Radio, and they are just blasting Manfred for all this. And you know what? It's so easy to Monday morning quarterback.
Of course.
You know, I could tell you right now, Tom Brady is going to go play for the, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right.
Hello. But, this is definitely an issue that no one knows how to control. It's an unknown. So whatever side of the fence politically you're on,
sure, doesn't matter.
Give it up. Bottom line, you don't know, we don't know, and stop Monday morning quarterback. Just do what's right in the moment. And if it changes 5-10 days from now,
change it.
Go with the flow. What's it going to hurt to put on a mask, off a mask?
Right.
It's very similar to the seatbelt law. No one wanted to do the seatbelt law.
Right.
Or the cell phone, which no one listens to anyway, or they actually listen and talk to.
Exactly.
But, click it to survive. It took all of 10 seconds.
Correct.
Now they say about 90% of the people are wearing seatbelts.
Right.
And it's saving lives.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I had a cousin who passed away because he wore a seatbelt. Mm-hmm. So, it's an unfortunate situation.
Right.
And needless to say, things happen. So
Right.
don't Monday morning quarterback this.
No.
And, Manfred's in a tough spot right now.
Everybody who's running anything in that realm, because not all sports, and our producer put a message up on our teleprompter, the NBA is in a bubble. That works because you're not you have less players, so to speak, involved on the
percentages
court.
are percentages, no matter
Exactly.
what you think.
But having it in a controlled environment obviously is working for the NBA.
Right.
But you can't have that in all the sports, right?
True.
Hockey is going to be kicking off. There's 2 hub cities, so it's sort of controllable. Football will not be able to be controlled in a bubble environment, although it was a very short and quick discussion, maybe, but you really can't. And baseball's another one. You're traveling, you're in planes now. Who was it last?
The Marlins.
The Marlins have to go bus now.
Yeah, they have
right?
to bus from Philly, where they were, down to Miami. So
You're talking a 2-day drive, even when you don't sleep through.
yeah,
By the way, I want to thank Kent Foote, who put in the chat room. It was Mitch Miller that I was referring to. Where the ball would always bounce over the legs. Thank you, Kent. Appreciate that.
yeah, and our producer put in the NBA's working, but don't forget the NBA's already gone to playoffs. So there's only
Well, they're playing 8 games now to get ready for the playoffs.
but not all the So it's a playoff scenario. You
Right.
got less
Essentially,
teams,
yeah.
less players.
It's like
and
a play-in.
Yeah, it's like a play-in, and a game is much easier to do than having 32 baseball teams try to play in one city. You can't. That logistically, you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Be a
So,
logistical
yeah.
nightmare.
So let's just give sports. Hey, they're trying, because people are dying from this virus, and they're also wanting to have some kind of entertainment to, just be free again.
Sure,
So
sure.
let's just move on. And NBA, they're playing. They've had no test. You know what? Do we know that for sure? Who knows? But hey,
Well-
at least it's a controlled environment.
Absolutely.
Hockey.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And with the NBA, the ladies are testing positive now. There's a couple.
Are they playing in the same bubble?
They are in
arena?
the same area. Yes.
Same area,
So,
okay.
Disney World is a lot different than Disneyland in California.
Right.
Disney World is a complex of
Right.
hundreds
Facilities.
of miles. Yeah. And Walt Disney realized his mistake when he did California. Hey, I need more land. And,
Right.
sucked up all the Everglades is what he did.
Right.
But needless to say, the NBA, one of the Las Vegas Aces, has tested positive. Now they think it's
I did see that.
they think it's a false positive, but that kind of, well, I'm not going to say that. She's still got to take 2 more tests before she's allowed to play. So
Right.
in a sense, that is a positive test.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out. My wifey's in the chat room. So Scott,
Eileen?
Eileen, that's great. Now that she broke her toe,
Yes.
she is leaning for
Yes.
sure. Now now just staying on baseball. Last night, one of the best baseball rivalries in baseball kicked off: Yankees and Red Sox.
Yep.
So that leads me to a little quick segue.
Yes.
Just a quick shout out to my twin brothers from different mothers partner Neil Portnoy, who's a big Red Sox fan. Of course, I'm a Yankee fan who is in the process right now of working through the COVID virus.
Yes.
There are posts being made by somebody who is helping him medically. Very generic posts, but either way, just thoughts and prayers we want to send out to Neil and from all of us here. And just keep him and his family in your mind. Positive vibes to get him through. So
Absolutely. God bless, and get well quick, and take this chair from me. So
it's funny when he sits there, he still has issues too with stuff that we don't
that
can't
happens.
explain. Yeah, so it's not
for
true.
those who don't watch the show all the time, we have had ghosts in this studio, and they did a show here. What was the show again?
After Dark.
After Dark,
Tuesdays.
which is about
John Shaw was the host. Yeah.
ghosts.
It was- yeah.
And ever since they came into the studio, crap happens here.
That's right. Unexplainable
Yes.
stuff. But 16 games, cancel 16 games in 1 week because of the COVID cases as the Cardinals become the latest team, as we talked about. Look, 16, now they're going to have to play double headers.
Yes.
And for the first time ever, doubleheader games will be only 7 innings long. And then, of course, which in the double headers, I don't know if this will be the case if you have a tie at the end of the 7th, but in regular 9-inning games, you go to a 10th inning, there's a run around second base to help expedite extra innings. So changes. 702-329-6947. We'd love to get your thoughts on baseball or sports in general with everything that's happening.
So, what's your thoughts about Dodgers pitcher, Mr. Kelly? Was it a surprise?
No.
Yeah.
No, if it was a full regular season, I would say everybody would be gunning at the Astros. I'm not surprised he did it, although he was not involved with the Dodgers at the time that the team won the World Series, which I think was interesting. But 8 games in a 60-game season for a relief pitcher, That's a lot of time. He's appealing, of course.
Well, don't forget, baseball's that sport where you have those unwritten rules.
Right.
You know, when you're up by 5 runs, you don't steal a base type
Right.
thing. And even though he wasn't with the Dodgers at the time, he was with another team that obviously had some effect because it wasn't just during the World Series the Astros
Correct.
were doing the
Correct.
alleged cheating.
Well, it's not alleged. They found
Fastball.
Right. That's right. They found proof, so it's not
Yes.
alleged anymore.
Yeah, but you know, so hey, when you do stuff like that, ramifications and bitterness is going to, of course, steam over. And you know, he's protecting the name Dodgers on his
Absolutely.
uniform right now.
Well, he's a teammate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot of Dodger fans, and I guarantee you, I would not want to be. I guess Target could sponsor the Astros right now. You know? Oh, wait, they might have changed their name to the non-Astros or something.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Target.
Target, because I can tell you there's going to be people, and the pitch behind them was kind of okay.
As Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside.
So yeah, that 8-game suspension for a reliever, that is quite a bit, especially in a 60-game season.
Of course, absolutely. But hey, like you said, he stood up for the organization,
Yep.
did what he had to do, and off you go.
Could you picture if somebody like Goose Gossage,
Oh.
Randy Johnson,
Oh my God.
those flamethrowers right there? Yeah,
Nolan Ryan's been was known to hit a few people with his fastball.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story about
That's
Goose.
Robin Ventura.
Yeah. Goose Gossage played for the Padres towards the end of his career. And the Padres were one of the first teams to ban beer in the locker room after the game.
Oh, I bet he'd love that.
Yeah, I was there. Larry Boa was the manager. And, I took care of the visiting teams. And Garvey, Whitson, and Gossage came in and threw me, we'll just say, a lump sum.
A note in order to get some help.
Exactly. And they're like, "Where's the beer?" I'm like, I'm shaking my yeah. What am I going to do? Yeah, beer was provided.
Wow. Yes.
Boa walked in and threw a fit, and these were exhibitions in spring training.
Okay.
And Gossage explained to him, "Sit down, little man." And Boa was not a big guy.
No.
And
That's why he was a shortstop.
yeah, and then needless to say, Boa continued to stand
Right.
up. Gossage picked up the beer can. And I kid you not, from about our distance, right into the chest.
Oh man, how long did he have the welt?
The beer can did explode. Which
it was a full can.
It was a full can.
Oh, jeez.
The next day, second game of an exhibition, came in and Boa's changed. He was black and blue.
Was it in the shape of the can? That's what I want to know.
I didn't look that hard, but I could tell because he was a little gingerly getting the uniform on. I glanced over. I'm like, oh man, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Picture of those guys are playing right now.
No, I mean, no.
Yeah, you're
No, I
going
wouldn't.
for somebody's head. So, but anyway, let's continue on for the
Yes.
locals here. Allegiant Stadium got the occupancy certificate to operate, which means they're not done, but done enough. What are we doing? Are we changing? Why do we have the Aviators?
Because they're part of Las Vegas sports team. Even though they didn't play, that doesn't mean we can't give them some love, right?
Oh, okay. Don Logan, president, my old boss.
See?
Yeah.
I knew you'd find a tie-in.
Love Donnie.
Today's the hat day for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be
you've got
switching, and I'll do it
shirts,
later on.
You do wardrobe changes.
I do. I have a whole closet right over here.
Yeah, right behind the steel cage.
exactly.
So no, the Raiders in Allegiant Stadium certificate to have occupancy and play a game, I guess,
Which means
with no
nothing
fans.
right now for
Yeah.
occupancy.
And as John Huck said on
Yes. Channel
Fox
5,
News,
yeah.
doesn't mean they're not done. And if you need to put another door on, another window, you got plenty of time.
That's right.
So I just kind of laughed at that newscast.
I mean, without the Garth Brooks concert now at the end of August, which was supposed to open up the stadium, theoretically you have till September 21st when they're supposed to play their first home game.
27th, because 22nd was Garth Brooks.
No, you're talking August. I'm talking September.
Oh, you said
September
August.
20. I'm sorry. Well, at the end of August was Brooks.
Yes.
September 21st, which I believe is a Monday night game.
Yep.
The Saints are coming into town.
Which will be huge, except
No one's there. So what my point is you really have until September 20th to get that last door and the last beta class in.
yeah. And who knows, Garth Brooks might be the first event, and he's scheduled for February 27th or 28th.
Yeah,
now.
with fans.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Now, once again, they're playing without fans, so piped in crowd, because in football, with some of those stadiums like Seattle, you cannot hear an audible at the line. So how do the quarterbacks, especially the young quarterbacks,
Right.
deal with that?
Well, Joe Burrow will find out as the Heisman Trophy winner, Cincinnati Bengal quarterback. As I watched the Yankee game last night, they had tarp over all the seats, obviously. Yeah. And watching it from behind, the home plate seats when they have the camera behind the pitcher and seeing nobody there. And then when there's a home run or a hit and you hear all the crowd noise, but when they pan back on the camera and you see an empty stadium and you still have the crowd noise, man, it's just a spooky thing.
And you see the ball bouncing.
Yeah, right. And nobody
running after it.
That's such a shame.
Now, hockey, I did watch the Knights, and I'm going to be the non-fan of the Knights. I love the Knights, don't get me wrong. Just some of the fans, they're not real hockey fans. They just, we won 4-1. We looked great. They did not look great. You scored 4 goals.
They played last night?
They played the night before last, Thursday night.
Okay, was it an exhibition game?
It was an exhibition against the Arizona Coyotes. Or I call them the Phoenix Coyotes still.
Right.
I like that hat.
You like that one?
That one's cool. Since we're talking about the
That's
Knights.
why I flipped it on real quick.
But
you didn't like the Aviators.
Yeah. I'm a Stars. Go back to the original name.
That'll be next week. I'll bring that hat.
Okay. I still have hats of the Stars. That's amazing. Needless to say, let's go back to the Knights. Yes, we scored 4 goals. They were all power play goals.
Right.
Our offense looked like crap.
Right.
And, hey, short camp, who's used to playing in the summertime in hockey? Marc-Andre Fleury played in goal, gave up 1 goal. It was a power play goal. All the goals were power plays from my understanding and from what I did see. But when all the goals are power plays, that does not mean your offense is clicking.
No. That means you scored a goal when the other team was down a guy.
Yeah.
So, geez.
So,
all right, you want to step aside for a quick break
absolutely.
at the bottom of the hour?
And we'll start talking some sports collectibles. And there's a couple more sports topics than football I want to talk about.
Because after break, we're going to probably go right to the top of the hour,
Yep.
so we'll have enough time. You are watching Power Play Sports Collectibles Show live right here in Gold Live Vegas. That's Scott. I'm Aaron. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? This is Jeff Cobb. Be sure to listen to my favorite wrestling show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on Go Live Vegas.
It's not easy. The mask kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't have much of a social life. I wish people could see me for who I am, just trying to fit in. Be a good friend. Make a living. I know, the whole chainsaw thing, the woods, sneaking up on people, I get it. I don't have the best reputation. But the thing is, behind the mask, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not scary at all. I have a cat.
Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
Looking to advertise your small business at a low cost? Do you need your commercial designed or actually produced for you? Advertise on 2 of the hottest shows on the internet, Power Play Sports Collectibles and Thoughts Count Anywhere. Both shows with getting over 40,000 views per week for only one low cost. For more information, please email info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
Welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles. I'm doing the intro now because Aaron's out of the building. No, he's there. He was changing hats again or something, or on his phone.
I still have the Knights. Who are we talking about next so I can check my inventory?
Yeah, let's talk about Antonio Brown.
I don't have a hat.
I know. You don't have a Steelers hat?
No, never mind.
Needless to say,
Antonio Brown. I don't have a corrections hat.
Ooh, State Penn.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, do we have? Oh, Penn State. There we go.
After all, they are my alma mater. This is the first time I'm wearing it. I bought this hat new this season.
And you know what? Since I'm a Big Ten person, Penn State, yeah.
Yeah, you are Big Ten with Michigan.
Exactly.
I don't have a Michigan hat in my collection. That shouldn't surprise you, though.
No, not at all. But, we were talking, State Penn, Penn State, and some of their coaches have been in the State Penn.
Just one. And has a city named after him somewhere, a town also, I think, somewhere
Sandusky?
in Ohio. I think it's Sandusky, Ohio, because I think that's where he might be originally
They
from.
might want to think about changing the name. They're changing the name on everything else. That deserves a name change.
Absolutely.
And you know what's amazing? I hate to say this. He died, didn't he?
Who?
The
Paterno?
coach? No, Sandusky.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
As did Paterno. But.
Yeah, because he hung himself in his cell. But in prison, needless to say, people that do those things usually don't last very long. But anyway, moving on.
They don't. It's funny in that. I shouldn't say
It's
funny.
not funny, but
in that world, those already incarcerated. That's the pedophilia stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's
an unwritten rule, sort of like in baseball. But it takes care of its own, and it's a
think
crime.
Twice.
Yeah,
think twice.
Antonio Brown received yesterday
Yes.
an 8-game suspension.
I saw that.
Which kind of means that he's signed up to play, because obviously why give him a suspension?
He can be.
Yes.
But he has not been signed yet.
Right.
Because he's
Exactly.
still part of the NFL.
But he basically told the NFL, I'm available.
Right.
And so the NFL took the initial steps, which means his intent is to play.
Sure.
And because if not, retire. I mean,
Right.
and why come out with an 8-game suspension for no reason?
Absolutely.
So does a team sign him?
Yes.
Who?
I don't know. Did I hear that the Patriots may be looking to bring him back?
With all the people leaving
Well, that's
for
part of
COVID,
it. Well, that's
you know,
part of it.
Yeah.
Plus, you have a brand new quarterback. You want to give him some weapons to throw to without Brady back there.
Okay, Cam Newton, who keeps the ball himself. He's the unwritten Kobe Bryant, I guess, of Kobe got the bad,
Right.
not passing the ball.
Right.
Cam, he doesn't check down. It's 1, 2, 3 and
Right,
check
and then
down.
that's it.
For him, it's half and I'm running. Antonio
he
Brown,
can't
you
do that
need to get the ball to him.
Right. But I think Newton knows he can't do that much longer. We have a caller on the line. Thank you for calling Power Play Sports Collectibles. Your name and where are you calling from?
It's Chris Chandler from Nitro, or St. Albans, West Virginia. How's it going?
West Virginia, Mountaineer.
Yeah, and I will give
Right,
a shout
buddy.
out to Chris, who does all our graphics for Power Play Sports Collectibles.
That's this Chris?
That is Chris.
That
who
we
did
talked-
the Marty the Moth that we showed.
Yeah,
We
also
did-
all the
he
flyers?
does all the flyers, all the graphics. Yes, he's an expert. So if you
I love
want graphics done,
this is the man.
Chadman Designs, call Chris and or send an
I'll hook
email
you
to
up.
me. Yep, he'll hook you up.
ChanmanDesigns@gmail.com.
There you go.
But yeah, back to Antonio Brown, man. He just needs to be done. I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, and when he went to New England last year, he went to Oakland first, and then
Right.
went to New England. I mean, the guy is just, his ego has ate him up. He just needs to leave the lead. I feel the same way about Bell. I feel like you're done. Once you left Pittsburgh, you were done. And
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon
Well,
Bell,
he
yeah.
went to
Le'Veon Bell.
he went to the Jets. So if there isn't anything else about going out to the pasture like that, I don't know what is. And I say that with all due respect to my Jet fan friends. So.
And see, he was teasing around earlier in the year that he might have been going back to Pittsburgh. And everybody thought he was going back to Pittsburgh because he changed all his social media photos to him back in the Pittsburgh gear and all that shit. And was trying to get everybody hype up about him maybe returning back to Pittsburgh. And they shut that shit down fast. And they're like, no, we have no interest in no drama with him. Or, not Mike Wallace, but that's another guy. I mean, after he left Pittsburgh, he really didn't do much. I mean, so.
No, he didn't. What did he get for New England in the one game he played? What did he have?
He had a touchdown.
He had one
He
touchdown.
had a touchdown, yeah.
Right. So.
And then he got canned the next week.
So, yeah, right, exactly. So, Chris, real quickly, who's your pick if he does sign? Who does he go to?
I know Brady wants him over at Tampa Bay, but I don't see him in Tampa Bay either. So
No, he's got weapons down there in Tampa. He really doesn't need, and they don't need the drama. As
I've also heard Baltimore, but I don't know why Baltimore would need him neither. So, but
The QB for Baltimore has been being a AB fan, I guess, in social media and expressing interest.
Yeah, he's going to be another one that's going to be talked about in another couple of years. That's going to be like, his ego is going to eat him up as well. I know I got some Ravens friends, and I'm telling them, like, your quarterback is, give him 2 or 3 more years, his ego is going to eat him up, and his career is going. He's going to be like the next.
Cam Newton.
Oh my goodness, Cam Newton. Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson.
So, yes. All right, guys. Well,
thank you, bud.
Nice talking to you guys, man. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, bud. You too.
Chadman Designs.
Thank you. I was just going to say, let's
does
give him a pop.
all the great flyer work. I used to do my own flyers, and I just laugh. And so I'll
Well, I
sketch
noticed the
something up.
difference because I don't have to
Yeah.
spell check his flyers as much as
And
as I did yours.
send them my flyer and go, make this pretty.
That's
and
right,
it comes
exactly.
back and it's like, holy crap. No,
No, he does a great job.
AB, he did have a heartfelt tweet, but is it too little, too late?
Look, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it was here or on one of the other shows we I think may have been on Our House. You can only give somebody so many, and I'm all for redemption stories. Don't get me wrong. I want to see people
Sure.
succeed. Steve Howe got 8 chances in Major League Baseball.
And the ninth one put
And
him
the
in his
ninth,
grave.
well, right, and the ninth one put him in his grave. So the question becomes for these decision makers: how many chances do you give somebody before you say enough's enough, man? We've given you enough chances. We've given you enough opportunities to show us what you can do, be a better person, et cetera, et cetera. When is enough?
How many people would want that one chance?
Yeah, exactly.
Right here.
Yeah, sure, exactly. So anyway, all right, moving on.
Moving on. Let's
Yes.
talk about some hobby news.
Hobby.
Since I can't even see the time, it's behind me.
Yes, it's
We need
8:43.
another-
We're
we
good.
need- We need another clock in here. Can we work on another clock and an espresso machine? Okay.
Submachine.
In hobby news, the 86-87 Fleer uncut sheet, which is the pinnacle of basketball trading cards because of Michael Jordan.
No, Michael Jackson did not
died.
play.
Yeah, Michael Jordan rookie card, and they have an uncut sheet there.
Wow.
Which obviously the Jordan's the key card in there, but they're expecting the sheet to go from $10,000 to $15,000 in the latest upcoming auction.
Now, are uncut cards more valuable than single cards when they come in a pack?
Not really, but it's a unique item. Obviously, there's less. For people that don't know, it comes out in a sheet, and they
like a printing press.
And they razor blade cut them. Except the OPCs, they cut them with a garden hoe. I don't know what the Canadians did. It was the same printing press, but for instance, a Gretzky rookie, they have the Topps version, which was the U.S., and OPC version, which was the Canadian version. Same factory. All the OPC cards are off-centered or look like they've been cut with a dull butter knife. And the American versions, that's why the OPC is,
Did I just see Kiki Vandeweghe in that batch somewhere?
Yeah, there's.
Holy cow.
You've got Barkley in this. I mean, because this in 86, 87 was the first year Fleer put out basketball cards.
Gotcha.
So, even though.
There's Patrick Ewing in the lower right corner.
Yeah, even though these guys had a few years in the league already, they're considered their rookie cards.
Is that Bird up there?
Yep, Bird.
2 over?
Yep. Parrish there.
Jeez. You're talking about, listen, what's cool about that is you're talking about some great names of that era of NBA that I don't think we'll ever see again. Because basketball at that time was very different. The way it's like wrestling. You had the Attitude Era.
Exactly.
You'll never see that again. These guys that you're looking at in this uncut sheet and the names that we even just mentioned, Bird, Johnson, Ewing, Kiki Vandeweghe, these are players that came from a time you'll never see replicated again. That era.
And you know what? If you think about it, they played more as a team then.
Absolutely. And they had to because they had shorter shorts. So, next topic.
Yes. So,
do not try this at home. We are somewhat a professional.
So the next topic in the collectibles world is PSA has announced they're going to give away 3 Jordan rookies as part of the National Sports Cards and Collectibles Convention. So they got 3 Jordan rookies. They've graded them. I think they're 8s and 9, 9.5. So there's over $10,000 in cards right there that they are going. And it's off that same sheet. So if our producer can pull up that, we can show one of them that they've gotten graded, and they're going to give them away here in the Stevens Center for the next Sports Cards and Collectibles Convention. The Jordan one. There we go. Yeah.
The Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois.
Yeah.
A lot of great wrestling shows happen in Rosemont, didn't they?
Oh, definitely.
So a card like that you're saying is going for how much?
That card there is
10 grand?
Probably about, I'd say 8 to 10.
Wow.
It's
And
great.
that's
It's
what if
9.
that card was signed?
No, you don't want these cards signed.
Why is that?
Because
I'm just curious.
it takes away the value of a trading card.
Okay.
Unless it's a packed trading card that the company, like the Mike Trout we talked about
Right.
last week,
Right.
the 1 of 1 that's signed and it's going for like $500,000. But Michael Jordan rookie card.
Yep.
A lot of people copyrighted or copied these cards, forgeries, knockoffs, and you could tell if you go back to the top of the card there. You could tell right where it says Premier, there's a little triangle at the end. So you could tell if your card is a forgery or
under the logo.
a fake, yeah.
Just can you drop down just a smidge?
No,
Go back. Bring the logo up on the right hand corner
Fleer.
of the card.
That's one way to tell because you can see it's a slightly different color.
It almost looks like the Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
the fake ones come out of different colors. So there's
Right on.
like 4 or 5 different telltale signs for the Fleer rookie card. For the Jordan.
That's a great pickup to let people know that. Because
there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fakes out there.
Sure, but true collectors, I wonder how many of them actually
Think they have a Jordan rookie card. Yeah.
because of that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know. That's good. See, I learned something new today. That little mark on the end.
Yeah.
Old Dominion University, one of my daughter's school, getting some love right now. Old Dominion, ODU, down in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk. That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
You mentioned that when we were out to dinner at
Yes.
Burnt Offerings.
Yes. Way back when.
It wasn't too long ago.
No, it wasn't. Yesterday seems like it was years ago, so I lose track of time.
So let's talk about some birthdays. Let's
All
talk
right.
about some of these people. Well, first of all, I noticed that this week, 2 women in the figure skating world.
Well, I was going to say, I want to do this. This is like a little game. When we throw out a name,
Yes.
and I'd love our callers to participate or chat. When we say a name, what's the first thing about that person that comes to mind, visually or otherwise? When you see a name, what are they associated with? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like a little ink blot game.
Okay. So I'll say a name until the callers call in.
702-329-6947.
Dorothy Hamill.
Dorothy Hamill.
Happy birthday. What do you think?
What do I think of? The Hamill Camel. That move that she did while she was, that was her signature.
Oh, that's true.
Ending
Very
move
true.
on the, I know it. I quickly saved it.
No, now you didn't. But okay. See, you always think my mind's
Well,
in the
of course.
gutter.
Well, you know. So that's what I thought of. Just that move on the rink just about gave her a champion. Like every good athlete has their signature move.
Yeah.
A finisher or whatever.
Tanya Harding had one.
That's right. Why me? Yeah, so that's what I think about with Dorothy Hamill. Call in. What do you think of when you hear Dorothy Hamill? All right, next name.
Peggy Fleming, 2 world-class Olympic
Skaters.
skaters.
Yeah, female
same,
skaters.
Same birthday week.
I don't think I've ever watched her live like we did with Dorothy when she was in the Olympics. So for her, it was always doing the commentating with Dick Button on ABC Wide
Yes.
World of Sports when they had the wrestling, when they had the skating stuff going
Yes.
on. That's what I thought.
After the fact.
Yeah.
Definitely. Here's the next name. Alex Rodriguez. Happy birthday, Alex. I'm sure you're enjoying
got so many to pick right now.
You're J-Lo's future husband, I guess? Owner of the Mets? What do you think about Alex Rodriguez? Hall of Fame or not?
You know, it's one of these things. If you give credit for what they do on the field, not off the field, then his numbers would say yes. However,
Isn't he 4th on the home run list?
something like that. He's in the top 10, I
Yeah,
think.
easily a top 10.
But again, it goes back to the same question. We know he took PEDs. He took all that stuff with that. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, okay. How much of his numbers were part of what he was doing during that time when he had the PEDs?
And he did fess up.
The second time.
Yeah. He did wait out his suspension like a good criminal. And has really rebounded with his commentary and things he's done for baseball
Right.
after the fact, where a lot of these players, Barry Bonds too, just, okay, I'm done, and see you later.
Yeah, disappear. Absolutely. Yeah, his image, and people will credit J-Lo for that image change.
I think it was before they started dating, but now, especially being in the New York media, the high, following her along now because he's now the baggage.
It's true.
Yeah, for J-Lo. But needless to say, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got a better chance than McGuire, Clemens, and Bonds.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. But his 5 years is up, isn't it? He should be close to the 5-year mark
Yeah,
for
so I
getting
think,
on the ballot.
I think he's next year.
Next year. Okay.
Jordan Spieth.
Golfer.
That's about
That's
it.
about it. 'cause
Okay,
I'm
you're not a golfer.
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
Hell
Well,
of
at
a
least I know
golfer.
what sport.
Yeah, hell of a golfer.
And a weird spelling to his name, Speith.
Yes, Spieth.
Spieth. Sylvester the cat would have a lot of fun with that name. Sorry.
Do I need the Sergeant Slaughter face shield? Yes. Okay, Vita Blue.
Oh.
A lot of teams.
Yeah. Oakland comes to mind for me primarily.
Giants.
Yeah, but he wasn't he in Oakland A first though?
Yes, he was with that whole Oakland A.
He was
dynasty.
part of that era. My God, I mean, what's the word I want to?
God rest his soul. He's been an autograph guest, for me, excellent.
Intense.
Yeah.
That's the word I'll think of with him. Intense.
Well,
Great pitcher.
That whole A's organization.
Oh, that mid-'70s team? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
When they went 73 against the Mets in the World Series, that's when people got to see a rogue baseball team in terms of not taking any crap, the hair, the mustaches, fighting in almost like pre-Yankees from the late 70s as well.
Yeah.
There he is. There's Vita. Where in the clubhouse they may not have been the best of friends. Joe Rudy, Roy Campanella, all those guys may not have been the best of friends. But
Campaneris.
Campaneris. So, Campanella's the catcher. What a great team on the field.
No, you forgot. Reggie Jackson was there.
Yeah.
You had
Catfish Hunter.
Raleigh Fingers.
Mr. Mustache.
But he didn't have the mustache back then.
He didn't. He didn't have the curls.
No, some of the pictures, because I've had Raleigh's local. I've had some Oakland A's. It just barely started.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
That was started.
Wasn't with the Brewers is that handlebar mustache came into play.
Very true.
But yeah, that was definitely a true East Coast West Coast rivalry in the 70s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bill Bradley, basketball player,
Senator, New Jersey. And I say that only because he was towards the end of his career in playing ball. And of course, he was part of that great team in the early 70s. Willis Reed coming out at halftime with the limp, and Phil Jackson was on that team as well, if I'm not mistaken. Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Yep.
I mean, you had guys. Who else am I thinking of? Number 15. Earl wore 10, but I can't think of the other guy on the team. But anyway, so his career is just about ending. And then he became a senator for New Jersey. And in my opinion, at the time, from what I recall, did a pretty good job as senator. But a class guy.
Wasn't he shot with Reagan?
No.
No, that wasn't?
No,
Okay.
no, that's a different Brad. No,
Okay.
Bill Bradley was not involved in that.
Okay. Near and dear to my heart, Ted Lindsay.
Who is?
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
With Gordie Howe and the production line at the Red Wings. Okay. This is a true hockey fan, people.
I told you.
You complain about me with the Knights and being critical of them.
What do I know
Right
about
here.
hockey? I said it earlier. What do I know about hockey?
All right, so let's get back to a sport you know.
Okay.
Casey Stengel.
Clown Prince of Baseball. That was his nickname.
Yeah.
He was a great manager with the Yankees. When the Mets were organized, the Mets needed somebody that would draw people.
Yeah.
Similarly, in my opinion, to why Gruden was signed as the Raiders coach to draw. Okay. Casey Stengel, what a great mind when he coached
The Yankees.
The Yankees. He really listened. He was past his prime as a manager when the Mets started, but like I said,
Everybody when they go to the Mets is past their prime. Bobby Bonilla.
who's still being paid.
Yeah, Willie Mays.
Jeez. And then, of course, after him, I believe Gil Hodges took over shortly after him, and that's when the Mets really kind of settled into a solid team, winning in '69 and then making it again to the World Series in '73. But great baseball mind, Clown Prince of Baseball. You see some of his clips and his interviews and whatnot were just funny. They were just good.
Great. I consider him a great Yankees manager.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Martin and him. Who's better?
Well, I didn't see Casey manage.
Okay.
That was before my time.
Okay.
But knowing the great history he had with the Yankees and Billy, for consistency's sake, I would go with Casey. And I loved Billy. Don't get me
He
wrong.
was consistent. Kept coming back.
Kept back. He was the
How many
yo-yo.
times was Billy Martin? Was it 7?
Oh, it was up there. Okay. It was up there. I mean, he had a great relationship with George. I don't care what you hear. I mean, behind everything, even the arguing and fighting, they had a good relationship if you believe the documentaries that were out there on them. So I love Billy, but consistency, being there and keeping the team flush, you have to go with Casey.
Okay. Bud Selig.
Brewers owner originally, past Major League Baseball commissioner. I think he did some good things for baseball.
On the Christmas card list of Pete Rose.
That's right, on the Christmas card list. I think he did well for baseball as long as he could have. I would give him a nod as a good commissioner.
Okay. Who else we had a birthday this week? Hope Solo.
Goalie for the U.S. women's team, charged with, was it domestic violence with a boyfriend or something?
Fired from the team by the other players 3 times.
Yeah.
Great goaltender.
Absolutely.
Absolutely great goaltender for the U.S. women. But when you get fired, not by the coach or kicked off, but by the team, kind of tells you something.
Yeah.
And now here's
she was good looking, though.
Yeah.
I'll give her that.
Okay. If it's female and has legs.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate
Hi,
art.
Eileen. You listening
That's right.
to this?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I appreciate art.
And here's a picture of Hope Solo that's being brought up.
Still, well, but that's an older picture because she's holding the World Cup. That's the World Cup trophy, isn't it? Is that the World Cup for women? I don't know which trophy that is,
so.
but whichever one they won. But I mean, look at those dimples. Look at those dimples. Come on. Anyway, go ahead.
You're drooling over there. Do I need to get you a washcloth?
Oh my gosh.
Now here's a name that we talk about on the other show, Our House, Our Voice.
Yes.
And that's Mark Cuban.
Yeah, owner of the Mavericks. I think I really like him. I'm not going to talk about Shark Tank. That he does that. That's something completely different. I'm going to focus on the basketball side, who will more than likely be part of the best
tournament.
If
he's not, I'd be surprised.
With Our House, Our Voice, which reminds me I have to give a programming note when we're done. Solid basketball, knows how to present both sides of the coin in his opinions without it being a slight to anybody, without him making too many waves. He says what he says, and people, I think, really respect him, which is why he's comfortable saying things the way they are. And again, like I said on the other shows, how can I like a guy who serves Dairy Queen ice cream through a drive-through because he owns a couple of DQs,
Absolutely,
I believe,
yeah.
and actually works in one of the stores at times just to be close to well, not now, employees and customers. Yeah, how can you knock a guy like
And
that?
definitely, he's right there in the sidelines, almost just with the fans and the players, but just yelling and cursing.
Well, remember what happened when they shut down the game because of the Utah.
He was literally watching his phone. He's like, he just found out that his game was going to be the last game.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Absolutely. And near and dear to all of our hearts here in Las Vegas for the UNLV Running Rebels National Championship, Stacey Augmon.
Yes, UNLV Rebel. I mean, from that standpoint, what else really is there to say? I mean,
He went on to Portland, but didn't have a great NBA career. It was an okay NBA career, but is also in the coaching world right now. And a lot of people think he should have been a UNLV basketball coach.
He's a couple of years ago. I don't even know who the current UNLV basketball coach is. What does that tell you about the program?
Yeah.
Don't even know who the football coach is anymore at this point. So we'll see.
Exactly. So let's do a quick roundup of what events we have coming up at the Boulevard Mall.
At the Boulevard Mall.
Yeah, let me get my sheet here.
First of all, while you get your sheet in order, who's our guest next week? Hopefully.
We got Steve Johnson from Rogue Toys.
There you go.
He'll be in next
week. It's called
week.
a lead-in.
Yeah, lead-in, but you caught me by surprise. I'm sitting there going, huh, what? I'm thinking we have another show after this.
No, we don't, and I'll get to that programming note here in a second.
But don't forget, for the vendors, dealers, customers over at the Boulevard Mall, August 14th through the 16th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Marty the Moth will be signing autographs, and we will have about 30 vendors set up with sports cards, toys, collectibles, comics, you name it, they will be there. You can buy, sell, and trade. And then a few weeks later, over at Sunset Station, same setup, about the same amount of tables, not the same vendors, though. It is Labor Day weekend, so the hotel will be packed.
Right.
So please, adhere to social distancing. And I give Station Casinos all the credit in the world. They are taking your temperature when you walk in the doors and taking records of it. Don't feel like you're being watched by Big Brother.
Right.
They're doing it for your own public safety. But they are allowing us to have the sports cards collectible show over at Sunset Station outside the bowling center. And we will have D'Lo Brown and Chris Bay,
Vegas' very own.
Vegas' own, who's doing a hell of a job. Speaking of wrestling, and we have our other show, Thoughts Count Anywhere
It's
on
not
Wednesday
easy, is it,
night.
when you got all these shows in your
no
head?
kidding. Did you happen to see the Facebook post from one Karrion Kross talking about a possible future heavyweight title match against Drew McIntyre?
I did see the post.
Basically saying, wouldn't this be a great dream match? And on Twitter, Drew replied back, Karrion and Scarlett, you're on my radar. That tells you, Alexa, is Alexa here?
Alexa Bliss
Alexa
is
here?
gonna walk in. Yeah, exactly.
Poor Matt. For those who see the red light, that means in our other show that The Fiend is showing up.
That's
I
right.
wish Alexa Bliss was here. We will see you next week. And why don't you do the programming note and lead us out of here?
Coming up at 10 o'clock, normally is a live version of Our House, Our Voice. However, we're not going to do a live show. We're going to be replaying the show that had 250,000 views, and that was when we interviewed Mark Ibanez, 40-plus year veteran sportscaster up in Northern California. We will re-air that in an encore presentation from 10 to 11. Right here, we're going to start a brand new watch party for it, so be sure you tune into that. Hopefully, we will be back next week with a live show of Our House, Our Voice. Okay, with that, 12 noon today, live show, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Diana Eden will be coming in. She's an author of a book called The Underwear of the Stars. 30-plus years in the Hollywood industry, designing clothes and costumes for stars, so she has some interesting stories. And I think that's about it. So, that's Scott, Aaron E. behind the board. As always, be kind to everybody. And why is that? We're all we got. Have a great week from all of us here at Power Play Sports Collectibles. Thank you, everybody, for watching. See you next time.
Take care.
So guys, it's Jeff Cobb here. Come check out Power Play Sports Collectibles. Buy some collectibles, buy some wrestling figures, and all that fun stuff.